guys. Welcome back to the Fantasy Variation.
Obviously, as you can see, we have a couple of special guests here tonight. I'm joined here by my beautiful wife, Emma. And then also we've got Colin here, joined by his beautiful girlfriend, Lauren. So, Lauren and Colin, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing well. Thanks, Tommy. Congrats on the Tigers win.
Yes,
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Yeah. Big win
I'm
against
doing well
Riley
as well.
Guardians. So, a quick shout out to him for losing the series, but oh well.
Yeah, no, big shout out for the Tigers. Screw Riley. He's not even a Guardians fan anymore. Doing well. The Reds kind of let me down. Colts had a heartbreaking loss this week, but we got a fantasy win. So we're here, we're happy, and ready for another week.
Yep. Yeah. Happy on the Tigers front. But for me, another loss in fantasy, back down to 1-3, even though we had a good week this week. So we'll get into some of our matchups later, but we've got our special guests here today. They're going to be joining us for some love, hate, and some trivia to kick off our episode. So maybe we can just get right into the love, hate. So one of you guys want to lead us off here?
Yeah, go ahead, Emma.
Okay. All right. So I would love to take Gibbs, but he's ranked too high, so I did not go with him. I did go with Montgomery at 23 as a love against the Bengals. I think we're going to smush them. I mean, their defense is bad. They have no Joe Burrow on offense. They're just going to be a disaster. And also, as Tommy mentioned, his hometown is Cincinnati, so that's pretty cool. And it seemed like last week a lot of the carries went to Gibbs, and so I think that it's going to be more even this week. So I have him since he's ranked 23. I also have...
You can just stop there at 1. Colin, I think you've got a similar love-hate pick, so maybe anything you want to add there on David Montgomery?
No, I love Monty. I'm going to stay similar, kind of, in a way, and then we're going to kick it over to Lauren because she's got a lion as well. I'm going to go with loving Jameson Williams. I'm going to keep it short and simple. He's on my bench this week. He's due to go off when he's on my bench. This Bengals D sucks, and I think the Lions are going to put up 60 this week. So he's catching a bomb. He's currently at wide receiver 29. So love him to go over that. Lauren, who you got?
Okay, so I have another lion. I have Jahmyr Gibbs. I guess why can't both Gibbs and Monty go off? The Bengals are really not that good. So Lions are heavy favorites over the Bengals. He's averaged around 18 points, fantasy points over the last 3 games. I know he's projected 22.1 points, but I think against the Bengals, he can exceed that. And then this other point that Colin gave me is that if the Lions are already winning, the team will want to run the ball, give it to the running back, more touches for him, more points for him. Here we go.
I love both your guys' picks. I think Tommy will agree too. I mean, these running backs are going to get the ball a lot, and Lions are going to win by 40.
I've got nothing else to add. A little foreshadowing into one of my best bets later, but obviously I'm loving the Lions this week as well as every week. But unfortunately, I don't have one actually on my list this week. My first love of the week is going to be Ladd McConkey at wide receiver 26 against Washington. He's had a really bad year this year, so I'm just really trying to buy the dip on this. He's ranked 3rd out of the 3 Chargers wide receivers, and kind of rightfully so because he's been pretty poor this year from a fantasy perspective, but still think he's a really good wide receiver, and they just suffered a pretty brutal loss to the Giants at home, so maybe they try to get him a little more involved here. And then also it's just a good matchup. Washington's allowed the 9th most fantasy points per game to wide receivers through 4 weeks, so looking for Ladd McConkey to get a little more involved this week. And Lauren, I'm sure you might like that pick. I remember you had him on your fantasy team last year because he had a funny name. So shout out Ladd McConkey.
He still has a funny name.
Nothing's changed there.
Nothing's changed.
No, love the pick. I mean, he's obviously not performed well, and I think this is going to be a bounce back week for him. A little concerned. Quentin Johnson is kind of a beast right now, but he's so low. So like that pick. Emma, what do you got for pick number 2?
I've got Saquon. I know he's at 7 right now, but the Denver defense is not the best, and he can just go off at any time. So I think he'll be in the top 5 this week.
Love it. That's probably the lowest he's been ranked this year. So pre-week. So that's really low for him. So can easily get that.
Yep, that's what I said. All you need is one big rush out of him, and he's going to score a 80-yard touchdown, and he'll probably hit that mark. So all he needs is that one big play out of Saquon.
Absolutely. Lauren? How about you? You got another pick for us?
Yes, so I have Isaiah Likely, and I think he's likely to exceed his fantasy points projection. I like his last name. He is the tight end for the Ravens. He's expected to return from a foot injury, and he has an exceptional. He's exceptional when he's healthy, so he'll see some targets. Tight ends also have inconsistent projection, so a few red zone looks and catches goes a long way.
What's he projected? Did you say how much
He's projected 5.8 points. So.
Are you concerned that this is his first, maybe second game back?
No, I
this
like
week?
an underdog.
All right.
Yeah.
Aren't they in London this week?
It's Browns Vikings.
Oh, Browns Vikings. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll see how things go though with Lamar Jackson out, I guess. But maybe that'll be good for him because they'll have to throw the ball a lot more if they're not running the ball with Lamar. So we'll see if Cooper Rush can get him some targets and maybe a touchdown out there.
Hey, they're underdogs too against the Texans, so they might be trailing. Who knows? Well, I'll stick on that train. I'm gonna go loving Woody Marks at running back 23 against Baltimore. This is a weird one. I guess I forgot to mention I'm 2-7 on love hates this year. We forgot to recap. I went 0-3 again last week, so I'm pretty horrible at this at the moment. But this guy went off last week. This Ravens D kind of stinks. And I mean, running back 23. I mean, if you get in the end zone, you're gonna be flirting with that. He had a huge game last week, so I'm expecting him to go off this week. And how about this? He's on my bench, so maybe he'll go off.
Yeah, dude, shout out you for that pickup. I didn't even realize anyone had him because I remember Dean had him earlier in the year and I saw he dropped him, but I thought he was still lurking on our waivers after last week, but I saw you picked him up a week ago. So shout out, nice pickup. That's definitely a guy you would have blown the fab on, I guess, if he were still on waivers this week. So good pickup. We'll see if that pans out the rest of the year for you.
Yeah, shout out Dean for dropping him. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, I think that takes me into my second pick here. I got another love and another wide receiver in Stephon Diggs at wide receiver 27 against the Bills. He just kind of had his breakout game, getting over 100 receiving yards last week. And I think that was like more than 50% of the Patriots total. So it seemed like Drake May was making a concerted effort to get him the ball, albeit against a pretty crappy Panthers defense. I do expect him to use this kind of as a bounce pad for the rest of the season. And then like ACL injuries just kind of take time. So it's just going to take a little bit of time for him to get kind of back integrated into this offense, especially being over 30 years old at this point. And then also it's just a revenge game against the Bills. I think he's going to be pissed off playing his old team, playing Josh Allen, who he seemed to have a lot of beef with on his way out. So I think this could be a huge blow-up game for Diggs. And he's all the way down at wide receiver 27 in a game that they should be trailing and having to throw the ball. So I'm going to love Stephon Diggs, one of the guys on my fantasy team, and he's definitely going to be starting this week with all my injuries.
I'm going to tell Drake May to throw to him a lot. I got you there. He'll hit that more.
We definitely don't shy away from betting on Patriots. Shout out Drake May.
Love it. Love it. All right. Let's kick off round 3. Emma, you want to start us?
So I was going back and forth. For this last one, he is on my team. It's Pacheco. He's ranked 31, and I feel like this is going to be a good week for the Chiefs, I hope. They've looked kind of lackadaisical on the offensive side, and I think Mahomes is just kind of going to be mad, and they're playing the Jaguars, and so overall not the greatest team right now. So I think they're going to have a high-scoring game, and between him and Kareem Hunt, they're going to go off. So he started the year at only like 4 points, and last week he got 12, so I'm hoping we continue that spiral. So hoping for a good game from him.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to score a lot of points on the Jaguars defense. So as long as he gets a touchdown, I mean, being better than running back 31 should be no problem. So I like the pick this week. We'll see if he can get in there.
Yeah, and ideally the Chiefs are winning that game. He gets more touches. Love the pick.
Thanks.
All right, Lauren.
All right. I have Matthew Stafford, an ex-Lion and a family favorite. He's the current quarterback for the Rams. In the last couple of weeks, he's been doing really well. And last week in fantasy points, he ranked second among all quarterbacks. I personally think that the 49ers defense is going to be a non-issue for him. He has such great receivers like Puka Nacua. Is that how you say it? And Devontae Adams. So he can exploit that defense.
I got nothing else to add. I think they kill him tonight. Unfortunately, this video is not going to be out by the Thursday night game, so he plays in 2 hours. But hopefully, the viewers will watch it and be like, "Dang, Lauren, what a good job."
I'm a big
Hopefully,
Fuga fan.
like,
I'm here with you, girl.
I could get a W on my forehead. Somebody can edit
There you
that.
go.
Or an L.
Well, awesome. All right. So my last pick, we're gonna go with loving Marvin Harrison at wide receiver 25. They play the Titans. Don't have much here. Marvin has not been great. I'm kind of expecting him to start getting more, actually catching the ball. I mean, he keeps dropping the balls. And I mean, the Titans are horrible. So I was looking earlier, a lot of wide receiver ones have done exceptionally well against them, and hoping he gets off to a good start and can actually catch the ball this week. So
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about, I guess, with this pick is that Tennessee seems to be getting blown out by everybody they play. So we'll see how much the Cardinals actually have to throw the football. But yeah, they're a bad defense. So if they can open things up early and just start passing the ball, I'm sure they'll make a concerted effort to get him the ball after last week. So we'll see.
that is also a concern of mine, but their Cardinals running backs are hurt. So I'm hoping maybe they can't establish the run game and this game stays a little close. I don't know. We'll see.
It's a very fair point. I kind of forgot Trey Benson was out. So we'll see what a running back room they roll out there with. And yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to run the ball too effectively. So yeah, I actually love that pick after you said that. And then my last pick here is actually going to be a hate. And it's one of the guys on my team, and he just went off last week. George Pickens at wide receiver 8 against the Jets. So since he's in the top 10, I'll say if he's outside the top 10, then this will be a win for me. He had a huge week last week, like I said, but I really just feel like, I don't know, they're putting a lot of stock into that last game with the big week. And then also he's going to see a lot of Sauce Gardner in this game. So I feel like that could be a bit of an issue for him getting the ball downfield. And then in playing against the Jets, they try to just have like a 6-possession game every single game. I just don't think the Cowboys are going to have the same offensive opportunity that they usually have every game, just slinging the rock all game. So we'll see. The Jets aren't a very good defense outside of Sauce Gardner, maybe a couple of other pieces. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of George Pickens this week, even though he'll obviously be in my lineup since I have no other options.
Those are some really good points. When I first saw you were taking Pickens, I wasn't sure how much I loved it. I mean, 8 is extremely high, but I do think he has a great week this week. I don't know. Yeah, with Sauce playing him, and then I didn't even think about the Jets take so long on their offensive drives. So he might just not have that many opportunities. And I mean, 8, that's a very high mark. So I like it. I think that was the only hate this week, right?
Yeah, I told Emma that we always have bad lucks with hates, so stay away. But then I decided not to do that. So
I was instructed to do no hates. I wanted to.
No, that's fair. I have bad luck with every one of these, so I don't think it matters.
All right. Well,
You're
speaking
putting
of which, oh, go ahead, Lauren.
I was just saying he's putting himself out there. Respect it.
I was going to say before we move on, I guess you want to recap our ones from last week. I guess probably not, but just to say who we had. 3 guys I had last week were the one I missed was Trey Benson. I had him at running back 22, and he finished as 33. Got a little banged up this game, so maybe a little unfortunate, but he wasn't really as involved as I kind of expected to see in his first game, taking over as the starter for James Conner. But my other 2 running backs did hit. Cam Scatabo barely finished at RB 22, and I had him at 26. So I think what I said last week was kind of a concern that Jackson Dart is really not dumping the ball off too much to Scatabo. So we'll see if that affects his fantasy value long term. But at least for this week, he got me the win. And then Travion Henderson finally got in the end zone. So he finished as running back 24, clearing that RB 30 mark for him. So 2-1, can't be too mad. Now up to 4-5 on the season after going 0-3 week 1. So battling our way back here to 500 slowly but surely.
Good work. I'm going to keep mine real short and sweet. Starting with Monty at RB 28. Finished as RB 65. Good call there. Kamara, RB 19, finished as RB 29. And then Tetrada McMillan. I said it last week. Been very high on him and was a little worried at this. He was wide receiver 17 projected and finished at wide receiver 32. So I'm still high on him. I don't know. I mean, this Titans offense is horrible, like we talked about it, but I will not be taking him again for a love-hate.
Fair enough. Yeah. What, like 2 weeks in a row you had him?
Yeah. Never again. So
Yeah, he's getting the Bills Packers parlay treatment. Completely banned from the podcast. So let's keep it that way.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. Next up, we're gonna do a little bit of a trivia here. So
Emma's
Lauren and
gonna kill
Emma,
me.
Lauren and Emma do not know what this is yet. So what we're gonna do is me and Tommy we're gonna count down. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, and at the same time, we're gonna show you a picture. The first 8 are only quarterbacks, and then the last one is a wide receiver. We'll tell you before it's the last one. But once you know it, say it. If Emma says it first, she'll technically get the win. But it's just for fun. We don't really know. They might start off easy and get harder, or they might all be really easy. They might all be really hard. We're not sure. So
All right, show us the picture.
do your best. And we'll go from there.
Emma's gonna kill me in this.
There's no way.
All right, you ready, Tommy?
Show me the picture.
Ready when you
All
are.
right.
Okay.
As soon as you see it and you know it, say it. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Patrick Mahomes.
I might have gone.
Yeah, she got it.
Maybe I should go on 1. I think I might be on a little delay. When I hear 1,
I think
I'll
so. Yeah.
I didn't think
Okay.
about that.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers.
yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
I thought
He does look a little scary. in
Why
that
does
picture.
he even look like him?
he's got a brother that was on The Bachelor. That's why, or Bachelorette.
Hey, it came in handy.
All I thought
Yeah.
of was we don't like him because of the Packers.
Fair answer.
I thought he played for the Jets.
Oh, he does now
he's
for
on
a
the
long
Steelers
time
now.
Packer.
He's Steelers now.
Oh, okay. Period.
Now, yeah.
All right, number 3. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was honestly one I wasn't like 100% sure you would get. Like it was in the feels good, but not 100%. So shout out.
Would you have gotten it?
Yeah.
You would have. Okay.
And he's married to Haley Steinfeld.
Yep.
Yep.
I didn't know. I didn't know you knew. Like, have seen a ton of pictures of him with like Kaylee Steinfeld.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
My
on all the
apologies.
commercials too.
Josh, we love Josh Allen.
We love Josh Allen. Josh Allen rocks.
All right, 4th one. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Lamar Jackson.
Am I
Lamar
maybe showing
Jackson.
it too early now?
I'm watching. Wait, and it's about even.
Okay.
We're good.
I'm just
This guy
slow.
No, I was slow.
Hey, Emma's battling back now. She has some
That one
points to
would
make.
have taken me 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah. All right, number 5. 3, 2, 1.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, there you go. Figured you guys had that
All
one in
right.
the bag.
Yeah.
All righty, number 6. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Michigan guy, JJ McCarthy.
yes. I was like MacArthur.
Right on the tip of your tongue. Yeah.
And he just had a
Like,
baby.
Nick
Well,
Nick-
or his fiance had a baby. Yeah.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Congrats to him.
Yeah. Shout out.
Hope he watches.
Yeah, he might be watching.
I hope
All
not.
right.
He should be film and practicing how to throw a football.
Literally. All right, number 7. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
C.J.
CJ
Stroud.
Stroud.
Nice.
There we go. All right,
I did.
number 8. This is the last quarterback we're going to be doing. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, and I can't stand him.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
All
There you
right.
go.
There we go.
Not a
He looks
fan.
kind of in that picture, though. Yeah.
The color, maybe the color through.
It did.
Threw you
It
guys
did
off.
kind of throw me off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was good. The original picture you had was him like in a uniform, right?
Yeah, I didn't know if they would know him or not. That would have been too easy, probably.
I couldn't think besides Eagles.
He was another one that was like feels good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, last one. This is not a quarterback; it's a wide receiver. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, is that
Damn,
Amon-Ra St. Brown?
that's
No.
not a
Is it
terrible
Montgomery?
guess.
Right team.
Is it,
You're on the right team.
He's
give you a hint.
retired.
There you go.
Is it Megatron?
It is
Yeah.
Megatron.
that
Good
was a good
answer.
one.
That was a great one. Yeah, that was funny.
Very good
Not sure if I've
answers.
ever really seen his face before.
Fair enough.
That's what I thought.
Good
I was
work.
like, there's no way you've seen a picture. of
I
him
don't think
without
I've
a
seen
helmet.
his face before. No.
Only in
Yeah.
a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Not
Good work.
close.
You guys both did really
Oh,
well.
I have to announce my album. Duh. I'm on my boyfriend's podcast. I have to announce my album.
What do you mean?
You know, like Taylor Swift did on New Heights.
Oh, so true.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh
Okay.
man, I was excited
Well-
for it. That's a bummer.
All right.
Let me
Well-
sing.
Well, good work. Emma, did you have anything else that you wanted to share? Anything?
No, other than
Any-
I was really looking forward to a great fantasy season, and it's just been awful thus far. I mean, Joe Burrow got hurt, so that really ruined things. And obviously, my Bengals players, I had a bunch of Bengals players, and that's not working out because their team is stinking. The Lions are doing a little bit better, so they're helping me out a little bit, but still 1-3, so not doing great.
Can only go up.
Yeah,
Long
it can only
season.
go up from here.
Hey, and
Yeah.
she's still doing better than me in that league. I'm 0-4, so shout out the football team.
There we go. There we go.
That is what really matters.
Just beat Tommy.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
similarly, I did beat Colin in fantasy last week.
She did.
Yeah. Whoever edits this can put the screenshot up.
Yeah. I think
Felt good.
I think I'm 1-3 in that league too. So
You are.
getting my butt kicked.
Yeah, tough go out of it in the family leagues this year.
I think my mom beat him too. Is
I
that
think
true?
she did.
Yeah.
She beat me in the
Oh,
championship.
Well, everyone is beating Tommy, so.
We're gonna lose viewers after they hear this. This is bad.
It's tough. It's tough.
Unreliable narrators.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you both for joining. Good luck on your love hates, and good luck to your fantasy teams this year. And yeah, great job in trivia. Appreciate you guys joining.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
I'll take that good share.
All righty. Well, next up, we are going to get into our matchups from this previous week. Let me pull up our scoreboard. Tommy, do you want to start off with your matchup, or you want me to start off with mine?
Yeah, I can go ahead and start off with mine. Another loss, or 1-3 this week, but actually moved up 2 spots in the standings thanks to a good points for game. So nice to at least get my points for back up in a reasonable range after being kind of down there compared to the other 1-3 teams. We already talked about Pickens earlier. Him and Dak absolutely balled out on Sunday night. Unfortunately, my team was already down by like 80 points with them 2 left to play. So didn't get the win. We lost 168 to 149. So it's been my highest score of the year so far. So can't be too mad about the performance of my team. Like I said, those 2 guys really carried, but I feel like we even had some other solid scores. Debo with the 20, McBride can't get in the end zone, but he's getting 12 every week at the minimum without scoring. Travion Henderson, like we said, finally got in the end zone. Didn't really get a ton of work like I had thought, but at least it's good to see him score some fantasy points. And then Mason and Pollard, 10 points apiece, like can't complain from those guys. So like I said, it was a good week overall. And Pearsall also was battling through some injuries. So if he stayed on the field the whole game, maybe we even do a little better than we did. Probably not going to get the win against Ron, but I feel like we're looking up right now and just trying to battle through injuries. I feel like we're in the same boat as last year, where just got a lot of injuries piling up early in the year, and just see if we can battle through and make a playoff spot. I want to say I was 2-2 at this point last year, and I'm 1-3, so we're 1 game behind where we were last year, but definitely still able to get in the playoffs. Only 1 game out of the 6th seed right now, and now we got some solid points for as a tiebreaker. So let's see where this can go. I'm excited about my team despite the loss.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, when you put up 149 and still lose by 20, that's really unfortunate. I guess we do got to shout out Ron. I mean, 167. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the highest total this year. He's got to be super happy with Genty finally going off. And then Puka, man, 13 catches, 170 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he's looking like the clear wide receiver one moving forward. So big shout out to him. But yeah, man, 1-3, not the worst thing in the world. You gotta tip your cap to Ron and be happy with your points that week and move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say a little bit on his team. Of course, I play Ashton Genty the week that he balls out, but I guess he was playing the Bears and their defense is complete Swiss cheese, so probably not super unexpected. And then, yeah, shout out to Puka too. He's been an absolute beast, and it really sucked this year. I feel like I wasn't really trying to draft him anywhere because of the whole Stafford back thing, and man, he's just balling out with Stafford out there. So as long as Stafford can stay healthy, like you said, he's probably just the wide receiver one moving forward. Although I do really like CeeDee Lamb once he comes back. Obviously he's hurt, so I'd rather have Puka right now.
Totally. With Puka, I was like, he was on my do not draft list. I was not drafting him anywhere. Same with Devontae, honestly, for that matter. I might have taken him like if he fell. I forget where he's going, like end of third, top 4 maybe. I was not taking him until at least round 5, and both those guys are doing really well. So big shout out to Ron there. Yeah, that's about all I got to say.
Yeah, and only other thing to add, Josh Allen is a bad man. That guy should be going earlier in fantasy drafts, even though I don't like to take QBs early. This guy just balls out every week. It's unbelievable.
Totally agree. Well, with that, we'll kick it over to my matchup with Barrett. Did get the win, 163-110. Huge week for my fantasy team. Really excited about a lot of things here. CMC 26, James Cook 22, Marion Hampton at 27.5. Those 3 running backs alone, I feel like if they stay healthy, can really, really do well for my team and always keep me in it. I'm definitely lacking at the wide receiver position. Really hoping Nico gets it going. I mean, he did have 4 catches for 79 yards, and CJ looked a little bit better. But we'll take that for now. Jacoby Myers, only 7 points. But then Cortland Sutton, he's coming back to life, and I'm really excited about him. 19 points. I think he had another relatively long touchdown, but still, you take that out, he's still putting up relatively decent numbers. So I'm super pumped about that. And then on my bench, the only guy I'm really excited about is Woody Marks, like we mentioned earlier. He put up 28 there. This guy's not a starter yet, but I think there's some potential with him potentially taking over this running back 1 position. I don't know. This Texans line is horrible, and they've looked horrible too. So we don't know there. But then forgot to mention my boy Tyler Warren. Finally got in the end zone this week, 18 points. Said it at the beginning of the season. I'm going to say it again. This guy is a top 3, top 5 tight end at the end of the season. So really happy about that. We move to 3-1.
Yeah, those running backs are going to be really scary for you. Even like, I think if you just like 2 or 3 of these wide receivers like really come on, like I know Nico Collins has been a little disappointing, but Sutton's obviously been kind of filling in for his shoes. I mean, if you can get 2 or 3 of your wide receivers, which you've got some decent wide receivers below them too, in Jacoby Myers and JMO. If just 2 or 3 of those guys can really get going late in the year, I think this is going to be a really scary team. You really nailed the quarterback and tight end in the draft too. I mean, getting Drake May and Tyler Warren with the draft capital you spent is crazy compared to what we see from some other teams. And I think that's why we faded a lot of the QB and tight end picks in our first episode, saying we didn't really like them too much. Unfortunately, I took McBride early, so maybe that should have been lumped in with all those other guys. But oh well, Tyler Warren obviously was a great pick. And then the only other thing I wanted to say, did we not talk about you correctly benching Jameson Williams? Shout out, man.
I know.
Nice play.
I know. I appreciate it. Probably the first time in the last 2 years that I correctly benched him. So he did have multiple big drops, or multiple big plays that very well could have been caught. So he almost did it, but hey, he's going to do it this week and finally get me a win in the love-hate column. So
yeah, dude, that's actually a great shout out on that. I want to say him and Goff, like either he dropped it or like Goff just overthrew him on like a good 5 or 6 like balls where he would not have even had anybody in front of him. And I remember like during the game, I was texting with Michael and he had like 12 or 13 yards. And I was like, dude, JMO's live 25 plus was like plus 200. I was like, they've literally missed like 100 of these home run balls, and then he got like a 15-yard catch or whatever right after that. So nice little live bet there. Shout out Michael for tailing me on it. We move on. Hopefully they can connect on some of those against the Bengals.
Absolutely. Real quick, we'll talk about Barrett's team. Caleb Williams kind of let him down, 12 points there. I do think Caleb Williams will be a good fantasy quarterback this year. That sounds very weird for me to say, as I have not liked them. But I know he doesn't have Odunze. We'll get to them later. But Odunze is looking like a great target for him this year. So disappointing there. Saquon puts up 17, about what he was projected. And then one I really wanted to call out, Drake London looked real good last week. 8 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. That's what you should expect from him. And then I guess JSN puts up 13. Can't be too upset with that. But other than that, yeah, highlight Javonte Williams, another great pickup. We've been talking about him all year. Great pick by him. And then he's got Tep McMillan on his bench. I think that guy will be good. We'll see. He might have to bench Vlad McConkey here, so maybe McMillan will start going off for him.
Don't bench Lad. It's the week.
Do not bench Lad.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to add on Barrett's team, I don't think. I agree with you. I think Caleb Williams is going to end up being a really solid steal. I mean, he's already had 2 games this year where he's put up like 25 plus, so he's capable of having those huge boom games. Some unfortunate news, though, for his running back room. I saw that Chuba Hubbard kind of aggravated something, and he's maybe not supposed to play this week. We'll see if that happens or how long that lingers on or whatever, but that's going to be a huge hit for his RB room, as well as Braylon Allen got hurt as well. So I guess he literally has 2 healthy running backs on his roster right now. At least as of when this game ended, the roster I'm looking at. So maybe he made a couple moves that I can't see on my screen, but yeah, that could be a little scary though. You could do worse than Saquon and Javonte Williams. So as long as they're healthy and not on buys, that should be serviceable enough.
Absolutely. I want to kick it over to one of these teams. We're talking about running backs. Yeah, let's kick it over to the Ironheads against Elgin's team. Talk about having no running backs. First, we'll start with Zach gets the dub, moves to 3-1, wins 111-95. Elgin's in for a long season. But we look at Zach's running backs right now. He literally only has 2 healthy running backs this week, Achane and Montgomery. So that's going to be rough for him. And moving into this week, Lamar's out, Tyreek done for the season. DJ Moore not looking great. I'm pretty sure Merritt, Jacoby, whatever his name, Bill.
It's Bill.
Bill. So he's going to need a little help this week, but hey, he moves to 3-1. He's got some room to work with and hopefully get around these injuries. So good win by him. Elgin, man, good luck. That's all I got to say there.
Yeah, I think I'll just join you with the good luck for Elgin. For Zach's team, I do see he has Amari DiMercado, so it's not like that guy's really that good. I mean, he's going to get a lot of work, so we'll see if maybe he has some matchups where you can kind of plug and play him or whatever. But yeah, I'm not really getting super excited about him either. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's just taking over like a bell cow role. And if he is, I don't think he's going to really crush it probably like the other 2 running backs would. And they weren't even really performing either. So yeah, I'm not super high on him, but at least he does have a little bit of depth there over these next couple weeks. And we'll see if Bill can finally come on for him. I've got him in my 16 team league. So I'm still praying for him to maybe take over this backfield, because I don't know why they keep giving like the first 2 drives to Chris Rodriguez, but whatever.
Fair. Very fair. Yeah, that's totally my fault too. I said he only has 2 running backs. He does have 3 healthy running backs. So he's got a little room to work with there. Next matchup, we can go with Salty Mango versus Abuka Matata. Look at Salty, two weeks in a row, putting up huge numbers. He beats Dean 154-126. Hands Dean his first loss of the season. Dean goes to 3-1, and Tanish goes to 2-2. I'll let you go first on comments on this game.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Salty Mango. This is another great week for him. Patrick Mahomes is looking like a really good pick. I think he was one of your hates maybe at the beginning of the year. I feel like he's just an automatic hate for you every draft. But he's really getting to swing the ball a lot more, and we'll see if they continue to do that. I mean, the running game's been so bad this year. They just can't really seem to run the ball. I can't say I know if it's the running back room or like the blocking, but yeah, they just can't really seem to get anything going on the ground, even though Andy Reid just loves to run the football and just keep running it 2 yards per carry every time. But that is forcing them to kind of pass the ball a little bit. And Patrick Mahomes with another huge week. They really poured it on the Ravens this week. So that was a really impressive win by the Chiefs. And I'm definitely excited to see what he has going forward. Not much to say about his running backs other than they're elite. As long as Bijan and Josh Jacobs are healthy, this is maybe the best running back room in the league. Yeah, I'm looking at Dean's team right next to him just to make sure. But yeah, I think this is sorry. The best yeah, it's a close call between the best two. It's a close call.
Easy there.
I was gonna say Cook and CMC, it's kind of a toss-up between those two, I'd say. But still, like at the beginning of the year, I remember we said he had some pretty bad running back depth issues. That hasn't really come to bite him yet, but we're still a long ways from the playoffs. So as long as those two are healthy, I think that's going to be a really good tandem for him. And then, yeah, I guess AJ Brown is probably the other guy we've got to talk about here. I mean, he's just getting no volume out there in Philly. They're just not throwing the football without Kellen Moore as their OC. So we'll see what happens with him throughout the year, but they're still winning games. So I'm not really sure if they're just going to kind of flip the script for him. And then kind of on the other side of things, the Chargers receivers seem to be two really solid picks. I guess Quentin Johnston was a pick up from waivers, but they both just seem to keep producing over Lad McConkey. So we'll see if that keeps happening. I think this is going to be the big Lad week, but he's probably hoping no. So shout out him for the win there.
Yeah, absolutely. Two quick things to say. I can't let that slide again. You think this guy's running back room is better than mine? Let me remind you, CMC, running back number 1, James Cook, number 2, Omarion Hampton. I don't have pulled up what he is. Beast. Look at Tanish's team. His third running back.
I said top two.
Kenneth Gainwell. Oh, yeah. I've got the starter over him on my team.
I forgot Kenneth Gainwell was one of his top 2 running backs, and that's who I was talking about.
All right. you are right, though. His running backs are very good.
That's a coin flip. I know you love your guys, but that's a coin flip. That's
fair. The other thing I was going to say is, so you were highlighting Mahomes, and yes, I was totally down on him. He has been great. Tanish might have some interesting calls coming up with who he's going to start at QB. I mean, he's got Justin Fields down there. He put up 27 this week. I'm gonna go look at his team. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he's got Fields starting this week. Fields is projected a whopping 22 against Dallas, which makes sense. And then Mahomes at 17.5. So he might actually be starting Fields a few times this year, but really good pick by him on both those guys. He's got to be pretty happy there.
Yeah, I didn't even see Fields down there because he's somehow on his IR, but shout out. Yeah, he's got 2 really good quarterbacks on his team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess just to talk about Dean's team a little bit, I mean, I'm not concerned about his team at all. I feel like we probably don't have much to talk about with him. He's got a really solid team. I mean, they scored 126. Like, you can't be mad about that. So nothing to worry about from his point of view, I don't think.
Totally. Yeah, JT's going to carry him. He had a little bit of a down week, and then Igbuka, man, so upset that I didn't take him. Looking like a great pick. Dean's going to be just fine. 3-1. He's got room to work. He's good.
Dude, now I'm just thinking, if we run back this tape and I said running back room, I might never be able to recover from that. I swear I said tandem, top 2, tandem. But we'll see.
Right.
We'll check the film.
You might be right. Last one of the week. Could not be happier with this outcome. Nichols' team wins 117.38 to beat Riley 116.5. Absolutely heartbreaker for Riley. You love to see it. The whole league is rooting for Nichols on this one. He goes to 4-0. We talked about it last week. He's barely hanging on there. Not a huge week for him. 117 probably. That's probably right in the middle of the pack of this week. But he's got to be super pumped. 4-0. Jordan Love put up some good numbers. Derrick Henry, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm a little concerned with him. Obviously, with the Lamar news, that certainly changes things. But yeah, that's real unfortunate for him. And then Jamar Chase with Browning. that is not something to be super happy about right now. And then I think Bucky Irving, love Bucky this year. I think he might be hurt and might be missing this week too. So we'll see what happens. But great pickup again with Scatabo. I know we talked about that last week as well.
Yeah, dude, I am somewhat concerned for this team. I guess I just need to not question the Nichols effect because he keeps winning with literally no points scored. So I think he's getting more than made up for the years he's had in the past where he gets those crazy high point scores occasionally because he is just eking by in every single game here. But yeah, like you said, like Henry, Bucky, and Chase, I mean, his top 3 picks, like now they all have serious concerns attached to them. And for Bucky Irving, I mean, they're already saying it's week to week, and you already know coaches like to make things sound better than they actually are. So I'm already assuming he's going to be missing a couple of games at the least here. But we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. I guess missing a game. Excuse me. I was looking at last week when they played Philly. He did ball out against Philly. I was going to say missing a game against Philly wouldn't be too bad, but he already tore him up. So Bucky Irving's just the GOAT. And then the other guys I was going to talk about, we already talked about Scatabo, like maybe not getting as much receiving work. And then you always have Tyrone Tracy kind of lurking and coming back. I know he has both of them, but from his point of view, you're probably just hoping one of them is healthy so that you know who to play and who's going to get all the snaps. And then Kenneth Walker, I have him in my Dynasty League. I'm terrified of him. I don't ever feel good starting him at all. Like Charbonnet's always getting touches, valuable touches, like receptions, goal line carries. Like he's losing a lot of valuable work to him. So yeah, I am really concerned, but if his defense is just this good, I guess, then I guess it just defies all logic, and I don't have anything to say. But assuming his opponents finally start scoring some points on him, I am a little bit nervous.
No, great points. Honestly, you never root for injuries, but Nichols is definitely hoping that Charbonnet gets sick. No injuries, maybe just comes down with the flu a few times, and then Tracy maybe he gets COVID a couple times, so he knows who to play. But let's did you have anything more to say on Nichols' team?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, nothing to add for Riley. Neighbors goes down. Tough scene.
I was gonna say Riley's team, there's some interesting spots here. Neighbors, that's basically his whole team, so that's tough. Brian Thomas Jr., I'm gonna keep saying it. Maybe it's the last week. I do think that this guy will be better, and should put up the numbers that we were hoping. I don't know. But then one guy I wanted to call out, Jalen Waddle. With Tyreek going down, he could be better. I don't know. That offense is really rough. So I don't know what's gonna happen there, but maybe he gets some points out of Waddle moving forward. And then Devontae, another guy that we talked about earlier, just a touchdown machine, and hopefully he can keep doing that for Riley. So I think
the one guy I might call out real quick, RJ Harvey finally had kind of a breakout game. It was against the Bengals though, but Riley definitely needs some running back help, I guess, behind Breece Hall and DeAndre Swift. I'm not a big DeAndre Swift guy at all, so not feeling great about him in the first place, I guess, but we'll see if RJ Harvey can really come along. I think he could still have a solid team. I really don't hate his team. It's just losing Neighbors really, really sucks. It's going to be hard to bounce back from that.
Totally. Yeah, and I guess I will add one more thing. Godwin came back last week. If Evans remains out, that once that Godwin gets a couple games under his belt, could return to good form. I don't know. He's got a battle with Igbuka too. So we'll see, but there's definitely room for Godwin to be a good starter for him.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even shout him out. I'm really worried that he's just the wide receiver 3 once Mike Evans comes back. Like, I don't see how he's taking snaps from Igbuka at this point. I mean, I know he's still coming back from an injury, so you can't really take the 5 points like too much to heart or whatever. But yeah, not a huge standout first week or anything. Like, I don't know how you take Igbuka off the field, and you're not going to take Mike Evans off the field. So,
yep, totally. But we'll see. Best of luck to everybody. I guess we'll go over the standings real quick. We got Nichols top of the leaderboard at 4-0, followed by me, Dean, and Zach 3-1. Then we got Ron and Salty 2-2. The Dak Street Boys, Barrett and Riley 1-3, and Elgin 0-4. I gotta say, I don't see Elgin winning a game this year.
Hold on. Don't look back over. Did you see the points scored, like by team?
In particular, Nichols. Yeah. Nichols
I was
and,
saying I was gonna have
and
to guess
Elgin.
what spot he was at in points scored so far out of the 10 teams.
Who? Nichols or Elgin?
Yeah. Nichols. Well, you know Elgin's last.
No, I already knew it, but yeah, it's a oh my god, he's second to last in points scored.
Yeah.
By a
All
decent
three of the margin. 1 and 3 teams have more points scored than him. That is insane.
That's ridiculous. But
So
yeah,
we'll see if
I
that
mean,
keeps going. Not that that's too sustainable, but we've seen the Ron effect before. Maybe we've got the Nichols effect now. So shout
So
out
true.
Nichols.
then dude, look at
I'm not
Elgin.
thinking me dying on the inside as I say it. Shout out Nichols.
Shout out Nichols. Then we got Elgin, man. This is such a wide gap, barely averaging over 90 points a game. I don't know. Love you, Elgin, but man, it's a rough season.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe my team's a little healthier when I play him. He's probably hoping he has me on the schedule here soon because if he's going to win a game, it's against my banged up team. So I'm not sure when I play him. He's probably praying it's next week.
Fair enough. I think all we got is best bets. Is that correct?
Let's do it.
All right, let's have you go first. You've got 3 this week. I only have 2. So kick us off.
Well, I'll recap our picks from last week because we actually did pretty well. The only
So
one that
true.
missed, we're just forgetting recaps all day today. Even though this one was not too bad, we do got to go over this one. Packers are officially banned from picks, so I'm just laying that out there. They're officially banned. We've done it. The 6.5 parlay misses again because the Packers tie the Cowboys, who actually have the worst defense in the league. So shout out the Packers for being bad, giving the Lions the division back. Love to see it, even though I just donated another $10 to FanDuel. Moving on to Bears money line. They were able to hit after a blocked field goal at the end of the game. So we got a little lucky there on that one, but special teams is just juiced a little bit this year. So those things are going to happen occasionally. And I've been hearing that teams just don't have as much time to work on that with the new kickoff. So maybe that is a thing we'll see as long as they have the new sort of like kickoff landing zone rules. If maybe teams just aren't able to practice those kicks as much for field goals, and maybe that leads to a little more blocks. And then the last one, I didn't officially say it on the podcast, but I did say I was going to take either the team total for the Patriots or the over, depending on which one I like better. They both would have hit. So shout out if you tailed me on that one or both. I ended up taking the team total over 23.5. It was minus 122 and it hit in the first half. So shout out Drake May and our Patriots. We love you.
Absolutely. Yeah, 2-in-1 week, man. Can't go broke making money. Good week for you. I don't think I got anything to add. We'll go to mine real quick. First one, the money line / spread parlay. Broncos take care of business. Lions take care of business like always. Bills minus 6.5. Easy money. We'll cash that one. And then 1.5 unit Hampton over 60.5 rushing yards. I think on the podcast I said I would take it up to 70 or 80. Should have laddered it. He went for 110. But great to see a 1.5 unit play hit. So we take plus 2.5 this past week. I did say, what else did I say? I think I mentioned CMC receptions. Only if Mac Jones started, I was going to take it. Didn't matter. He still hit. He's a beast, but not an official play. And then I don't remember. Did I mention any of these others in our notes on the podcast?
You definitely talked about Kamara. I feel like you did mention these.
Yeah. So
anyways, you wrote it. I'll attest to it.
Okay, I gotcha. Kamara was one that did not hit, but the other ones, Bengals team total under, cashed that. Judkins rushing yards and Scatabo rush yards, great looks there. They were definitely low, and both those guys did real well last week. So pretty happy with it. I think that takes us into best bets for this week. Keep it going.
Yep. All right. So I've got 3 more plays this week. The first one is going to be for my team. I've got the Lions alternate minus 13.5 at Cincinnati at plus 130. I cannot believe this line is at 10.5. We are going to blow them out. Next pick. What do you got?
I think I might have to ladder. I think I might have to take 10.5, 13.5, maybe 20.5. They might murder them. So yeah, we'll keep it there.
I guess I should. Sorry. Let me add real quick. I remember from the beginning of the season, one of my best bets was just a random over for the Lions-Bengals game. And I got to say, even with Jake Browning in, I'm not concerned. I think we can score 50 ourselves. So let's do it.
So true. my first bet this week, we're going to a Thursday night prop. It's not a running back. I was looking at CMC receptions because me and Tommy were talking. It's like if Mac Jones plays, he is going to pepper CMC. His line is at 7.5 right now. Some places you can find 6.5, but it's like minus 140. And I'm not going to take it. We'll see. I've got an hour before this game starts. I'll probably still take it. I'm expecting like 12 targets to McCaffrey tonight. So hopefully he does, but I'm actually going to go with Mac Jones over 33.5 passing attempts. I don't expect them to actually get the run game going. And they're plus 8.5 tonight, and I expect the Rams to keep the offense steady this week. So I'm gonna take his pass attempts. Saw this on Twitter. It is a lot, but I think the past couple weeks that he's played, he's had like 38 and 39 or something like that. So we're gonna go with it. He doesn't have many wide receivers, which also makes me believe that they're gonna stack the box and he's gonna keep throwing. So we'll take it. He can throw for 110 yards and lose by 40 and still cash this with ease. So we'll see what happens, but minus 113, 1 unit play.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't know shit about pass attempt lines, but if you're taking this best bet, I'm tailing.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Let's go.
Keep my answer short and sweet here with the best bets. My next one, I guess, maybe I'll keep this one short too. Bucks plus 3.5 against Seattle. I know Seattle's looked pretty solid this year. Baker and the boys, underdogs against them, no shot. Give me the plus 3.
Hey, you're always Bucks guy. Gotta stick with it.
We got it. They're 1-0 this year. We'll keep it going. Shout out Baker and company. I did see though, I guess he is questionable, so I already bet it, so I'll just keep it on here at the best bet. I think he is supposed to play from what I saw, so if he does sit out, that's going to be a tough blow for me. But we'll ride it. We're already in, so.
All right. Let's get it. Keep the Bucks train going. My last pick, we're gonna go take a look at the Giants Saints game. You look at the Giants, man. Jackson Dart, first game of the year last week. Excellent start. Cam Scatterbo went off with them. Vibes are super high in New York. I think they were like 6.5 point dogs. Everybody and their mother was betting on the Packers. No, they were taking the spread, taking the money line, and the Giants upset them. So for that reason, we're gonna fade the shit out of them and take the Saints, baby. Give me Spencer Rattler on the money line. The Giants, they're not doing it again. Rookie quarterback. Vibes are too high, and it ain't happening for them. Saints are getting on the board this week. They're getting their first win. Minus 122, 1 unit.
Dude, you're really going to scare me this week with the bets. I do just tail all of them, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be taking it, but yeah.
It's gross, man. It's gross.
This is just a game I want to stay away from. And I actually remember one of my picks last year. This is nowhere close to that bad, but I remember I picked the Giants plus 3 against the Eagles one time that last year. And you were like, I love that pick. Like it's a gross game or whatever. Totally whipped. So I think I'm staying away from any gross games from now on, but you're going to make me bet on this one. So I guess I'm roped back in.
Hey, fair enough, man. We'll hopefully this gross pick can be changed. Change our luck from last year.
Yeah, at least the Saints aren't playing the Eagles, so that's a step in the right direction there for that pick. All right, so my last pick of the week is going to be Chiefs minus 3 against Jacksonville, minus 118. So this is going to be the only one that's not plus money this week. I can't even believe I found a minus 3. I feel like this was just another line that I really couldn't believe. I know all 3 of these teams are playing on the road, so maybe I'm not factoring that much into my decisions. I just think, especially in the Lions and Chiefs scenarios, they're the better team. I just don't really agree with the lines that Vegas has out, even with them being on the road. I just don't see how the Chiefs lose this one. And obviously, there's a way they can lose by 1 or 2 points. I remember missing that a couple times with them last year when they were winning with their voodoo magic, whatever, all regular season last year. But I really think they should have no problem with the Jags. I've maybe been sleeping on the Jags a little bit this year. I haven't been super impressed with their play, and I feel like I keep betting against them. But they ended up beating the Niners last week, which I actually really liked the Niners before that game. So maybe they'll prove me wrong again, but I think the Chiefs are a much better team than the IR 49ers right now. So I think they'll have no problem covering this minus 3. And then if they only win by a field goal, we still get a push. So no problem if that's the case.
Totally, man. Yeah, this is definitely a weird line, which has me a little bit hesitant. But I mean, you look at that and it's like, yeah, on paper, the Chiefs are so much better than the Jags. I don't know how the Jags have like kept games close and won some of these games. Like you look at their offense and it's been atrocious. But I agree with you. I think that changes this week. Chiefs roll and give me the -3. I'm telling you.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll see if it's still out there on I think it was FanDuel maybe that had it. DraftKings I saw was already at -3.5. Like I said, I couldn't believe I found them -3. I thought they were certainly going to be over that field goal mark. So maybe they're still out there.
Hey, I'll move them down to -3, -2.5, and throw Lions money line in there. Get the
Oh,
juice
yeah.
little,
Oh, yeah.
little reasonable.
Hell yeah.
All righty. Well, I think that's all for me. You got any closing remarks?
Go Tigers. Fuck Cleveland. Nah, not really. I do like the Guardians. I was taking a lot of shit from some people, so need a victory lap a little bit on my Tigers. So happy that we're moving on, but can't say I'm thinking we're going to do much against the Mariners. So that really stinks. Sorry, I know my mother-in-law listens to this, so sorry I didn't say fuck Cleveland. They're still a very respectable franchise, and they own us except for this exact moment where we own them.
There we go. Love it. Well, good luck to the rest of the league. As always, go Lions. Good luck to the Tigers, and bleed blue.